So let's have a bit of a serious talk real quick. We're gonna go into big cam right now. So, okay. So here's what's happening, right? And I was gonna talk about this in a video, but I figured I'd go ahead and talk about it on the stream right now. Why do I have two chats open? Go away. So here's the deal. So right now, the house that I am currently living in, which is what you see here, the person who owns this house did us a grand favor last year and actually let us stay in this house for a very cheap price, right? And especially compared to a lot of the renting prices nowadays, like it's ridiculous how much they're asking for rent. So the person who owned this house did me and my family a great favor in allowing us to stay here for as long as we could, right? Or until they need the house. So a couple months passed by, or I guess you could say last month. I got told that they do actually need the house for some personal reasons, for some personal family issues that they are having with a relative of theirs, and which I'm not gonna get into details. But basically, they want that family to be where we are currently staying at the moment. So, which is fine. Again, they did us a grand favor of letting us stay here, to be able to build up some funds, etc., which I have been doing. So, because of that, now we pretty much have to move. Now, we were thinking about buying a house, and because I do not want to rent. The rent prices are ridiculous. And for what I need, I would need at least like a 2-bedroom, one for my son, one for me and my wife, a 2-bedroom house or apartment, whatever. So, because I refuse to pay for any ridiculous amounts of whatever amount of rent, we started looking at houses to potentially buy. Now, financially, I'm not ready to put a big down payment on the house. I still need a very good amount of money. But we started looking at houses. We saw a couple houses that were actually very reasonable. The houses were big. They need a little bit of work, but they were reasonable in price, and it had way more than what we were looking for, right? I could have had my own office. I could have had. I would still continue to have a garage to do car work. But the thing is, though, it crossed our mind when me and my wife were looking that it would not be a good idea to actually purchase a house right now, because let's say if we want to sell the house in the future, and if housing prices do go down, because right now they are currently high with the interest rates and all that, we feel like we wouldn't get the amount of money that we would be asking for, and in the long run, we would probably be losing a very good amount of money for what, let's say, we would be buying now. So, because of that, we decided that financially, it would be in our best interest to actually move in with my family-in-law in another state. So, come May of next year, I am going to be moving out of the current state that I am right now, which is North Carolina, and I'm actually moving to Kansas. So I'm going to the Midwest. My in-laws, they're great, they're fantastic, they are awesome people, and the fact that they are letting us live into our house is great, and I'm very grateful to my wife's mom for allowing us to be able to move in with them. And thankfully, the house that they do live in is a pretty big house, and they are actually letting us. They actually have a room where I can actually set up an office. Now, here's the thing that I am debating on what I want to do with the channel, and I gotta speed this up. So basically, when we move over there, I want to make sure that before I move over there, I work my ass off to get as much money as I can to have some money saved up. But I am considering two options. One is to find a full-time job and continue doing YouTube as a part-time thing. Or I could take a chance for about a month or two and actually attempt to do YouTube for full-time. to see if I could potentially grow the channel to the point where it can actually be a pretty, like, it could actually be a career. It could be something that I could actually like work from home, doing content, streaming more, doing all that good stuff. The thing is, it just depends, at the end of the day, it just depends on how much money I have saved up before the move next year. So how would that affect the channel? It could affect the channel nothing whatsoever, or it could possibly be that you guys might just get more content. It is a risky situation, but I would only do it for about 1 or 2 months. And if I don't see any growth in between those 1 or 2 months, then I'm just gonna find myself a job. I don't. It's not gonna be an issue with me finding a job. I have a good amount of experience with different fields, so I don't really think that looking for a job is going to be an issue whatsoever. But again, as long as I have a very good amount of money saved up, then I would feel comfortable in attempting to do YouTube and hopefully being able to grow the channel with more content, more streams, etc., etc. So that's what I wanted to talk about in the video, but I figured I'd go ahead and actually talk about it during the stream today before the community streams goes live. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So like the content is still going to continue. Nothing is going to be any different or anything like that. It's just that I may take a leap of faith and try to attempt to do YouTube full time. But we'll see what happens.